Welcome to Child Development 150. This is going to be a short welcome video where I will go over the class structure on Canvas, the assignments that we will be having, and also the syllabus. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen right now with the class as we have it. So this is our course. And in this course, we are going to be going over we're going to kind of have an introduction to management and also to administration. So this class is geared specifically for people who are wanting to kind of take the next steps in their career as far as kind of child development. So we're looking at directors, assistant directors, enrollment coordinators, program directors, things like that. So we're going to be going over a lot of kind of how we run quality ECE programs. So what I'm going to take you through today is our Canvas course so that you feel comfortable with it. Then we'll do the syllabus, and then I will just kind of show you some of the assignments or kind of how the class is set up on Canvas so that you feel pretty comfortable about this. So this is our course. So you've already made it to the very first module, which is called Welcome, Start Here. This is where this welcome video is that you are watching right now. In addition to this welcome video is also our syllabus for this semester. And then also you do not need a textbook for this class at all. So don't buy anything. We are just going to be reading things from online and also articles that I have collected over the years that I will be uploading as well onto Canvas. So you do not need to buy anything for this class. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with the syllabus now. Anything that you need throughout the semester, this welcome page will always be here. So you'll always have access to this video if you wanted to speed forward and get to a specific part that you wanted to go over again, or if you just wanted to look at the syllabus, it will always be here. So I'm going to go ahead and share with my syllabus that I have right now. If it will let me, of course. There we go. It should be showing it. All right, so we should be sharing with the syllabus right now. So this is the syllabus that we will have for this entire semester. This is, once again, 150. It typically, if we are going to be teaching it, it is going to be in the fall is our 150, and then in the spring is our 155. They're kind of twin classes. I kind of think about them. You don't have to take both of them, but if you would like to go ahead and get your permit for the site supervisor or program director, this is one of those two classes. So you have to take 150 and 155. Also, it is part of our community care licensing regulations as well. So this is one of those classes that they also need in order for you to kind of meet those Title II classes. So 150 is run in the fall and 155 is run in the spring, and they're almost always online as well. So this is 150. We're going to be talking about administration and management. We're going to be going over a lot of community care licensing. We're going to be going over kind of customer service, working with families, communities, neighborhoods. We're going to be going over budgets, evaluation systems, basically all to say that we're going to be going over best practices and policies for running and administering early childhood education programs. I've been a director. I have a program director permit. I have to re-up it in 2023, actually, but that will be the second time that I've done that. So I've had it for 8 years, actually almost 9 years. And before that, I had a site supervisor permit for 4 years. I've run state-funded programs. I've run I've worked at in-home programs. I've worked with at-risk. I've worked with children with special needs. So I'm trying to take all of kind of my professional experience and build an online community for you guys where we'll be kind of looking at administration and management and how to run the best quality programs that we can. So that's what we're going to be doing in this class. It's a totally online class. There's no set times that we have to be meeting. It is up to you within a week when you get your work done. So we have 16 weeks, and each week we have work, and I'll kind of show you that. And so we're going to be doing lots of writing assignments together, but you have the flexibility in when you kind of get that done in any of the weeks that we have. The best way to email me is I put my email right up here. There's my email. So if you click that, that should take you to your email, and then you can write me a message. Put 150 in the heading for me just so I know, because I'm teaching a couple of classes, just so I know which class you are in. But once again, this is a totally online class, so we're not ever going to meet face-to-face. We won't have any Zooms that you have to attend either. So if you're struggling, you have a question, you want to ask me something, you want clarification, you want to just chat about something, email is the best way to get a hold of me, or I will be having Zoom office hours, most likely on Fridays, but I will always put that in my announcements. So I'll show you where the announcements are, but up on Canvas, I will put something out that says, hey, office hours are, and then we will meet on those days, because it might be Wednesdays or Fridays. I'm still finalizing my schedules, but I will always give you advance notice of when the office hours are, and you can just drop in by Zoom and talk with me, ask me any questions, get any clarification that you need. So that will be the only way that we would kind of meet face-to-face, is if you attended any of those office hours. If the times that I have office hours don't work, you could always email me, and we can come up with another Zoom time that we can meet as well. I'm going to go over to my class policies right now. So we do have attendance, or kind of punctuality. So once again, this is an asynchronous online class, which means that you have flexibility of when you get your work done. I do have the class set up that each week on Monday morning, I open a new module of work where we will go over maybe health and safety, or budgets, or planning meals, or something like that. So each week is a new topic that we will be learning about. In that is some kind of assignment that you're going to do. And you have till the next Monday to do that. So you have an entire week to get it done, but you need to get it done every single week. So we rely on that kind of attendance. So you can show up on a Thursday afternoon and do your work, or a Sunday night, or a Monday morning. It's totally up to you, but you have to be on at least once a week, checking in to that module, learning about what I have for you guys to be learning about, and then also doing the weekly assignment, which is worth 10 points as well. So that's kind of how we are doing this. So you're expected to show up to class, not at any specific time, but you're expected to kind of participate as well. So I really, the pandemic has been hard on all of us, but I am going to need all work to kind of be submitted every single week, because we kind of build on the week before. So if the second week we're kind of working on diversity and inclusion, then the second week we're working on something else, that's going to build on the week, that the information that you learned from the previous week. So it's important that you're on every single week, and it's important that you get your assignments to me as well. So I need you guys to get your assignments to me. If you know, something happens, you break your leg, your kid breaks a leg, you know, you unfortunately we still have COVID and Omicron throughout our communities, just please communicate with me. I don't necessarily need a note or need to know a lot of what's going on, but I do need to know that there's extenuating circumstances in your life, and then we can work with you, or even work with disability or the campus, in order to get you the support that you need to be able to finish the class and finish assignments. So please get the work to me when it is due, so that I can grade it and get it back to you as well. I do have some information on integrity and honesty. As with any academic class, plagiarism is not okay. A minimum consequence for plagiarism is you kind of fail that assignment, and then you could be dropped, and then it always goes for, you know, action above my head as well. I have never had anybody do plagiarism in the last couple of years, because it's so easy for Canvas to see if you've plagiarized anything. So cutting and pasting from any other website will immediately be flagged on Canvas, which is where we're going to be doing our online learning. So make sure that you're not word for word copying, pasting anybody else's work. This is online on any website. You have to tell me who wrote it or what website wrote it. You can't take anybody else's work, even if it wasn't online. Let's say your roommate has taken this class. If you try to submit an assignment she already has, Canvas will know that as well, because it can look at past years for anything that's ever been written. So you need to always acknowledge where you got this information, from a textbook, from a regular book, from a credible internet site, from a journal, something like that. If you're having issues with APA, we have tutoring and resources right here in number 6. This is tutoring and resources. We have a tutoring center. I don't even know why I put the phone number anymore. You probably wouldn't use the phone number, but I did put the websites for you guys, and they have free Zoom where they can support you in writing, reading, even math as well. I also put the information for the English department. So if APA, plagiarism, using the website, anything related to writing that we're going to be doing in this class is something that you would need some extra support on. We've got free resources, and I think a lot of it is still on Zoom. So you could still be, in your sweats, kind of getting support from any kind of tutor here at Palomar in order to be successful. Back up to number 4, discussion etiquette. We'll have a few discussions throughout the semester. They're not graded. There's no points associated. It's more a place, because we're all kind of professionals in this place. It's more for giving tips or ideas about things that we are experiencing as professionals. So it is a time and a place to be supported and to support other people. So I might ask about, a new community care licensing regulation. How is this going for you guys? Would you have any tricks or things like that? Or maybe about the food program, how do you run it in your program? So they're not graded, but it is a space to kind of professionally support each other. It is important that we are thoughtful, that we are kind and respectful. So anything that's not on topic, that is not what I would consider respectful, polite, or appropriate, will be removed from Canvas. So the only thing that I've ever usually seen is, it's really hard to be funny online, or it's hard to show emotions online because you're writing something out. So, think about humor, think about maybe, if you are going to try humor, using emojis or something like that in order to convey that you are attempting to be funny. For the most part, though, just know that things that are sarcastic or flippant or something like that could be taken out of context. Disability services, if you have in-class accommodations or anything that you'll need, please let me know in the first 2 weeks of class. This is a space that's designed to be supportive for everybody, but I'd like to know about your accommodations just so that we know that we can make any kind of changes that we might need to be so that everybody can be successful. Email. So you have a Palomar student email because you're registered in this class. I took the class here years ago, and so I have a Palomar student email. As soon as you register for a class, your very first class, you get a Palomar student email. From there, that is how we and the college specifically gets a hold of you, which is fantastic. So it's fall. In the fall, they always give away turkeys. They give away full Thanksgiving dinners for you guys, like stuffing, drinks, turkey, everything for students. I think they give away 100 of them a semester, something like that. There's often like free movie tickets. At another place that I work, they give away free soccer, like LA Galaxy soccer tickets. I think they get 1,000 or something like that throughout the semester, and they give those away. So that's how we let you know about that, is by your email. I'm also going to communicate with you by your email. If there's an issue with Canvas, if there's an issue with an assignment, something like that, it's going to go through your email. You maybe are not liking to check your email, so go ahead and have it forwarded to an alternate email address if it's not something you think you're going to check at least weekly. So if you're more at work or you have another Gmail or Hotmail or something like that, go ahead and have your Palomar student email forwarded to that alternate email like work or Gmail, so that you're still getting the information about free turkeys or communications with me, because each week I'll send out an announcement, which will also come as an email to you guys. And it'll be like, this week, we're going to be learning about this. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to read, that type of thing. So that's how I'll communicate with you. I'll give you literally like a to-do list every week about what's going to happen and what you need to do, but it's going to come to your email. So you need to kind of forward it to an alternate email address like work or Gmail, or just know that you have to check your Palomar student email at least once a month. So we're going to have a director's file. Don't get upset. This is something that's due at the very end of the semester. It's actually due way down at the end of November. All it is that everything that you're writing for me each week, so you're going to have a written assignment of some kind every week, you're just going to save that on Google. And then you're going to take that and you're going to resubmit it to me at the end of the semester. We're going to do some organizing and some adding to it. But then it is just basically everything you've written organized. And then it's a great electronic director's file for you guys. I will show you where this assignment will be. And I even have another video kind of explaining it for you guys. We're also going to make a parent manual. It's very small, and that is going to be, I think, in week 11 or 12, something like that. So it's all about, what's the most important information for parents. We'll have written most of the information already, once again, and we'll just cut and paste it into a parent manual file that you have for you guys. That will also be online. You don't have to print it out. You don't have to staple anything. That will be in a couple of weeks. Instead of doing instead of doing an assignment that week, that's what you'll be kind of working on, is cutting and pasting the information we've already done into a parent manual. So these first two requirements are just kind of basically saving and recycling work that we've already used together in order to either put it in your director file and then also into your parent manual. So by the end of the semester, you're going to walk away with a body of work. You're going to walk away with a health and safety policy. You're going to walk away with a policy for a mission statement, things like that. So this will either support the work you're doing already. So let's say you want to keep working for Head Start. This will help support you if you want to take the next step at Head Start, or if you wanted to start your own program, if you wanted to do an in-home program, something like that. So that's really my goal with this class, is you have a lot of tools for success within your field. And the parent manual and the director's file, we've already written it together week by week. We're just going to cut and paste it into different ways so you can see how you can kind of electronically communicate with parents and other people. And then also, I believe it's in week 8, we're going to have a quiz final. I mean, not a final, sorry, we'll just have a quiz. It'll be one quiz. It's actually, wait, I think it's like week 6 or 7, something like that. So you will have a short quiz. I think it's only 10 questions. That will be the only work you'll do for that week. And it's going to be on employee rights. You'll read something and then you'll take a very short online quiz about it. Nobody kind of stress about that either. There's a final at the very, very, very last week of class. And so that is 5 essay questions, and you will get a chance to see the questions beforehand. We'll review the week before. So week 15 will be all about reviewing. And then week 16, you'll take an online final exam where you'll just answer those 5 essay questions that you've already seen. And that's due December 14th. So each week you'll be writing assignments and assessments, and I will show you more of those 13 kind of assignments that you'll be doing. I'll show you kind of what they'll look like a little bit on Canvas. So these are the kind of the requirements we'll have overall for class. Once again, the director's file is 25 points and the parent manual is 25 points. Those we will be writing each week together, and then you'll cut and paste them farther on in the class. You'll have one quiz, which is 20 points and 10 questions. You'll have a final written exam, which is 50 points because it's 5 questions, 10 points per each question. And then you'll have most of the work is your in-class assignments that we'll be writing together each week. And that'll be 130 points, which ideally should add up to 320. Math is not my strong suit, not so fantastic at math. If my numbers are off, let me know in an email. But you can track your points here, or you can also track it on Canvas. If you're old school, go ahead and use pen and paper. And then we've got the percentages as well. I've also added a tentative agenda so you can see each week what we're going to be writing, what we're going to be doing. So this week we'll be learning just overall a little bit about leadership. Next week, diversity. Next week, curriculum methods, then preschool programs, family childcare, health, safety, working with parents. So these are the things that we're going to be learning online together, writing each week as well. All right, so I have gone over the syllabus. I've gone over some of the class requirements. So right now I'm going to jump back into Canvas and I'm going to show you what that looks like on kind of a week by week basis on Canvas for you guys, so that you are not kind of feeling overwhelmed. So this is our kind of page that we were looking at. So we've looked at the syllabus and you're watching this video right now. That page will always be there. So if you need anything, it will always be the very first part of Canvas. Next, I've talked about the director's file. We'll be reading and writing each week together. We'll be learning something new each week. This is the director's file though. This is a short video where I'll explain it a little bit more. But basically each week you're gonna write something, save that online. And then at the end of the semester, you're just gonna edit it, organize it a little bit, and then just give it back to me basically. So I have a Google Doc right here, and this is where you're gonna make your electronic director's file. So in this, you're just going to save in specific places what you've already written. At the end of the semester, you're just going to go ahead and take that Google Doc and just submit it to me in this director's file, and that will be it. If Google Docs is new to you, this is a great quick tutorial about using Google Docs, but it's just a great way I've been using it a lot more because it keeps things organized for me. I'm not naturally organized. You can kind of see behind me, I'm attempting to with these bookshelves, but if you can see my floor right now, it is not the most organized. So I've been using Google Docs a little bit more to keep my classrooms as organized as possible. So just save whatever you write in this class, and then you're going to have your own Google Doc sheet that I've already created for you. You'll save it in your own Google, homepage, and then you will just add to it each month or each week as we kind of complete work. And what the work looks like, I will show you now. So this week, what I'd like you guys to kind of do is I'd like you to introduce yourself, just so I know who you are. That will help me start to know you, and hopefully for you to feel more comfortable with me. And then this is our first assignment for the week. So this one is leadership styles. So I have a kind of cute little video that's going to take you through different management or leadership styles. You're going to choose one that most fits you. Or kind of what kind of leader you think you are, what your strengths are, what your areas of need are. So you could, maybe this video shows 6 leadership styles. Maybe you feel you're a mix of 2 or 3, or maybe you'd like to get better in another one. So you're just going to write about a paragraph on what kind of leader you are, what your strengths are, and maybe the areas that you want to improve. Then once you're done writing that, you're going to submit it here on Canvas for me so I can see it, but you're also going to save that same paragraph in that Google Doc we just talked about on as director's file. So every time you write something in this class, get in the habit of going ahead and going over to Google and saving it so that it is there. Don't let the director file kind of stress you out right now. Once again, I have a video in that assignment that goes all over it already, so that should be able to help you. Really, what you just need to do is just save everything that you work on in this class so that you can add it to your director's file. So then you can see week 2 will be the week after this one, obviously. So I'm going to give you a video lecture where I go over a little bit of diversity inclusion and how important it is for early childhood education programs. And then you're going to write a mission statement and a diversity statement. So you'll actually be writing 2 paragraphs next week, 2 short paragraphs. You're going to save both of those in your director file, that Google file once again. So then you can see 3, we'll talk about program planning and how important curriculum is. Then you'll write something about what you think curriculum is. Then we'll do infant and toddler, and you'll talk about, we'll do some classroom environment planning. So I've got most of the class kind of already organized for you guys. I'm always changing it and tweaking it to make it better, but each week you'll be writing something. So you'll be learning through kind of a video lecture where I'll talk you through some important concepts that you need to know. And then you'll be writing something. Once you've written that, you'll go ahead and you'll save it in that director's file that we've already kind of talked about. So later on in the semester, you also have a short quiz, which is you'll read something and then answer questions based on what you've read. And then you'll also have a final at the very end as well. We'll also have a parent manual. Let me see if I think I have that already. Yeah, so we'll make the parent handbook all the way down in week 12. So you won't have any assignment that you're doing. You won't have a short paragraph that you'll have to write. You'll take everything that we've written in the previous 11 weeks and you'll cut and paste it into a handbook manual that I've already given you. So we'll be making a flip book. I like these a lot. I saw it in a program about a decade ago, which I know is kind of old, but right now we're so electronic, which is great. So what we do is we give parents everything that they need to know. We have them sign things, we put them in our file, and then we usually send them, email them the parent handbook. I think it's also nice to give parents something in their hand that they can put up on their fridge. As a busy working mom of 3 myself, and especially now that all of my kids have entered into elementary school, I still actually have, it's actually right here on my desk, I've got my kids' academic schedule. So I know when Thanksgiving break is, I know what spring break is, I know what the nurse's phone number is if I need to call, what the teacher's emails are as well. So I like that I also have something that I can take with me. So we're going to make a flip book that will look like this. It's not going to have these words specifically, but it's going to look like this. So this is an opportunity to think, what's important? Like if I had to give my parents just a few things that they needed to know that they would put on their fridge that would be important for them, maybe our meal planning, maybe birthdays, maybe days off, something like that. So you're going to take the most important things that you think parents need to know, and you're going to make it into a flip book. It'll be all electronic. It's on PowerPoint. But this is just an opportunity, once again, to take things that we've already written, but also think, what do parents need to know? Like, yeah, we give them a huge parent handbook, right? But do they actually read it? I haven't read my kids' one for their elementary school, but we do need to send them home with something that's really, really important. What are those things that you think are really important as well? So this is our class. Once again, we're going to be online, so it'll be totally asynchronous. I will have office hours that I will put on Canvas for you guys. Let me show that to you really fast. Let me do that. Sorry. An announcement will come out when you log on to Canvas. It will go to your email, but also when you first log on to Canvas, it'll look something like this with all the classes that you're taking, and there will be an announcement at the very top. And that will be for me saying, hey, welcome to week 3. This is what we're going to be learning about. We're going to be learning about infant and toddlers. This is what you need to do. And then I will also send out information for our office hours, which will either be Wednesdays or Fridays, I believe, probably Wednesdays. We'll see how my schedule shakes out. And I'll be having 1 or 2 a month. What happens is I just go on Zoom. Sometimes I have a lot of people. Usually I'm kind of grading and I've got Zoom open. There'll be a waiting room though. So I'll pull you out of the waiting room. We'll talk. We can talk about jobs. We can talk about next steps. We can talk about the class. We can talk about policy. We can talk about permits. Anything that you kind of want to talk about that applies to this class, come on over and we'll talk about it in the Zoom office hours. So I'll pull you out of the waiting room, we'll chat, and then I'll go on to the next person who's in the waiting room. So that's kind of how I do office hours. Another way that you can get a hold of me is you can send me an email. So if you look on the left-hand side of the screen right now, my mouse is circulating the inbox. If you go ahead and hit inbox, there is a function where you can email me straight. And then I'll go to my email and I'll see it. So if you have a question, need clarification, need support, need an extension on anything, go ahead and just shoot me an email by going to the inbox or doing my email, which is also up on the syllabus. It is an online class, so it is important that you reach out to me if you have questions. I don't see you. That's what I don't really like about online. But we were in person and I was going over a concept and I saw some confused faces. I would know in that moment, right, that we need to go back over it, or I would, know that we've got some questions. I don't know that because I'm it's asynchronous. So you're accessing this work when you can within a week. So if you have a question, you've got to reach out to me, and then I am more than happy to help support you as we're kind of learning these new concepts. And Zoom at office hours are a great way to do this as well. So once again, each week you're going to have something that you're going to need to do, and you have a Monday to a Monday in order to do this. So this week you're going to do leadership styles. So it's open Monday, the first day of class, and then it's open, then it closes that next Monday. So you have exactly 7 days in order to do the work. It's up to you when you do them. I am a human being though. I'm teaching more than this class, and I have 3 children of my own. I am available Monday through Friday, business hours, 9 to 5, 8 to 5. I check my emails about 3 times a day. I'm also teaching other classes and teaching in person. So I will get back to you and expect a response within 24 business hours. So if you email me on a Friday at 5, I'm not going to see it until Monday morning. And actually Monday morning, I have a class. So I check my emails before I go into class, but I'm not necessarily going to see it. I don't check my emails Saturday and Sunday. I'm living that middle childhood life. I got kids with sports and things like that. And so I do not work the weekends. I work Monday through Friday, business hours. Please email me whenever you can, but just know if you are emailing me Saturday night, because I'm not a robot, I'm not going to be checking that until Monday morning and getting back to you sometime during that day, business day of Monday. So if you have questions, please email me, but just know that I will be getting to them as I can throughout the day, where I'm also teaching in person and also teaching online. If you are going to be doing most of your work on Saturdays and Sundays, which I know a lot of you will, because a lot of you are going to be working, and I know as somebody who's taking an online class themselves, that's when I'm getting my work done for my class. So take a look at the assignment that I'm giving you each week. Just take a look at it so that you had any questions, you could ask me on a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Friday morning so that I could get back to you before you need to actually start doing it. Because if you're looking at it Sunday at midnight and it's due Monday morning, you might not have enough time. I'm not going to get back to you because I'm hopefully asleep at midnight. So taking a look at it earlier, asking me the questions so I can support you before it's actually due as well. So that is this class. And this class is designed for you guys to be successful. It's designed for you guys to be learning more about kind of administration, management, leadership within early childhood education programs, and how we can run really, really high quality programs for the children and families in our community. So I am looking forward to seeing you guys in office hours, and then also getting any emails from you so I can help you be successful in this class. All right, guys, I will see you more online.